Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Just One More Linux. This will be the first video in a series based on Linux commands where I'm going to review Linux commands in depth, explain them, and show you how to use them. For the first video, I decided to review man, which is a 3-letter command. It's very simple and definitely something really useful for beginners. If you're a seasoned Linux user like myself, you might be disappointed to see that this is what we're going to talk about, but this one is for the noobs. Okay, I learned about man when I was a kid from my dad, and it's super useful, and I still use it today when I need to. A man page is a form of software documentation usually found on Unix or Unix-like operating systems. Topics covered include computer programs, formal standards and conventions, and even abstract concepts. A user may invoke a man page by issuing the command man. By default, man typically uses a terminal page or program such as more or less to display its output. Man pages are often referred to as an online form of software documentation, even though the man command does not require internet access, dating back to times when printed out-of-band manuals were the norm. Alright, so what is man? Man is a really simple 3-letter command, okay? There's more to it than that, it's more in depth, but it's really can be used just that way. So first, before anything, let's man. We say man. All right. And there we can see that's simple. We have a manual about how to use the command itself. It tells us a name, all right, synopsis, description, examples, even gives us a lot of information about how to use man. Okay. So great. It showed us a manual about how to use a manual. Okay. What else can we do with it? All right. Well, let's say after you get a little bit more into Linux, young warrior, and you start going down the path of different stuff to learn, and you get to Nmap, right? Nmap's really confusing you. You have no idea exactly what it is or how to use it. You know it helps you scan for open ports, and it can help you a lot in networking and building networks, but you're not really exactly sure what it is or how to use it. Well, you might think first I should go check out a YouTube video, go on Google, right? But really the simplest solution is just to say man nmap. Now, of course, you have to have nmap installed before you could do this, but that's a whole different story. You can do this with anything, really. Most things have a man page. Not everything. Sometimes there isn't a man page, but 90% of the time, there's a man page. So now we have the name of Nmap, we have the description, it gives us examples here. It covers so many different uses, it covers all the different flags we can use and different types of scans we can do. It tells us all about Nmap, really. It tells us about target specification. There's a lot of information here, and I can guarantee you it's more in depth than most of the stuff you're going to find in a simple Google search or YouTube video. A lot of those things tend to cover just the very tippy top of getting into a subject and not really go in depth on it, right? They treat something like Nmap like the man command we're discussing now, okay? So is it just for complex stuff? No, right? We can use it for simple things as well. For instance, I think I have a program on here called CMatrix, okay? And it's just like a little screensaver that makes it look like you're in the Matrix. Nothing super crazy about it, right? You might think to yourself, all right, that's pretty cool, but is it customizable? Is there anything we can do with it? So we're going to press Control-C to exit this, okay? And we're going to say man CMatrix. Okay? I actually hit a key there that shouldn't have popped up like that, but here's our manual. And this just basically, there's not a lot to it. This is a much more simple program, but it shows us some of the stuff we can do, right? So let's scroll out here so you guys can see a little more. And right here, it looks like we can set the colors, okay? So now that we know how to do it, I'm going to go back out of here. I'm going to press Q to quit the manual, right? We'll say CMatrix. And then now I know how to change the colors. Look at that, red. That changes the speed, it looks like, a little bit. Right? Now, believe it or not, I actually did learn that with this. I had no idea you could change the colors to see images. So anyways, but yeah, that's what man does. It's an important command, but it's simple, right? And super powerful. There's nothing more powerful than being able to learn about whatever it is that you want to learn about in a second, right? Without having to take the time to search for it. You just have a detailed manual right there at your fingertips. Kind of like when you buy something at the store. You know, you buy a new toy, you buy a dresser to put together. It comes with a manual. Well, so does stuff in Linux, right? Every time you have a chance to look at a new program or a new command, you type man, and you can learn about it on your own without having to crack open a web browser or go to YouTube. Anyways, this has been Just One More Linux. Thank you for watching.